Hey, it's Big Game James McCarty, Sports Director at Flag Family Media, here with head coach Steve Laqua of the MSU Dragon football team. Coach, down to the wire victory again last week against Minot, a game you guys were up at the half, found yourself trailing by 10 midway through the fourth quarter, but it seems like the heart and the perseverance and the effort of your program, forcing 2 fumbles, recovering them, getting 2 scores in those last few minutes, I just embodied what this Dragon way is all about. Just can you tell us what that victory, what all went into that, and what it meant to you guys?
Well, find a way attitude. That's what we've kind of said since we've been here. And our kids are resilient, and you look at it, we play resilient. We've been able to overcome a lot of adversity, a lot of ups and downs, and it's because we have resilient people in our program. And so, we're proud of that. I think that's what wins in life. That's obviously what's winning for us right now. It's a tremendous football game, back and forth, hard fought. We were in a good spot at halftime. Thought coming out of the third quarter, another great spot. It looked like we're going down the score, and we got kind of that fluke interception. Kids run back, a long way. The next thing you know, they've scored, and now they're ahead of the game, and they're playing downhill, and we're battling. And the fourth quarter, down 10, halfway through. Honestly, I looked up and thought, well, it's not as bad as the Duluth game, but we're not in a very good spot. And so, but we dug in, we found a way, opportunistic turnovers, great job by the offense being able to capitalize and score, and walked out of there with a win, which was what we needed to do.
I think one of the biggest things for me was seeing 3 or 4 guys go out with injury midway through that game, and then seeing the mix of freshman through senior out there making massive impacts for your program. Just trying to piggyback off that first question a bit, you talk about find a way, but at this point everybody battles injuries, but to beat down a couple of starters last week and to be able to persevere through that, what did that just say about the guys that were on the field for you?
Well, that they've been prepared, and so I think credit to them that they're working hard to be ready for their opportunity. Credit to the guys that are playing and the older guys on our team. They've done a really good job of developing younger players. And so it's not one of those things of I've got to protect my turf and I don't help anybody else because I want to play. This is a great bunch of guys that is pouring themselves into the other guys on the team, helping them learn, helping them develop. So when there's an opportunity like this, the team doesn't suffer. The next guy comes in, he's able to play. And so we've been really proud of that from all of our guys, especially our seniors kind of leading the way with it.
I have to ask the question because I'm very curious about it, because I get a mix of excitement and anxiety whenever Jack decides to run downfield. That touchdown run that he had, putting his body on the line, what is it like for you as a head coach seeing that your starting quarterback go out there and do that? Does that just fuel up the team? Does it get you a little bit anxious? How does that go?
Well, when he scores, it really pumps the team up, pumps us all up. He's really good job. Does a really good job running the football. I think that's been a part of his game that he's really added. That's helped us extended drives when teams are dropping back in coverage. He's able to kind of make them pay for that. Obviously, the big touchdown run was huge, and so I think our guys are inspired by that. They're inspired by any kind of touchdown. He made a great play. As a head coach, I'm like, he gets up and he's healthy. Keep on running.
This past weekend as well, Gage Florence got his first, not just 1, but 2 receiving touchdowns of the year. I think the biggest thing that had shown me in Game 9 for you guys was the way that it's opened up the offense. What has having a guy like Gage in your offense and Brady and everybody else been able to do to open up that offense? Because to have a guy who leads your team in receptions not catch a ball for 2/3 of the year, or catch a touchdown, that's pretty impressive to still be as explosive as you guys are.
Well, he's selfless, right? He's going to do a lot of the dirty work. He gets a lot of passes that maybe aren't glamorous, but he's got to catch them short, make them into extra yards, take some hits, and so it allows us to spread the ball around. If you look at that game, we spread the ball really evenly between running backs and all of our wide receivers. I think Gage gets in the end zone. We got Carson in the end zone, BP in the end zone. Carson had some huge catches, like Madden Thorson big catches. And so, when you've got to defend everybody that's out there that has a chance to get the ball in their hands, it makes it really difficult. And I think that was the game where our balance was probably in the best place that it was all season.
Looking ahead now to this weekend, all kinds of things. It's senior day. It's the final home game of the 2024 season. And you guys get to welcome in Bemidji State, the battle for the Axe. I know you're not one of those guys that look at all those glitz and glamour type of things, but there's a lot of things encapsulating this Saturday. What needs to happen for you guys to be successful and try and steal that Axe back from Bemidji?
Well, I have to definitely stay focused. Can't get caught up on all the outside distractions of senior day, last games, the nostalgia, this sort of thing. You got a opponent coming in who's aggressive, they're competitive, they're intense, they're a really good football team, and so we got to make sure that we're focused on the things that we can control. And so our mind's got to be right. It's got to be focused at the task at hand. It's got to be focused and ready for a physical football game. This is a team that is one of the most physical in our conference, and if we can't match that, we're going to have a long day, and so we're going to have to find a way to be able to be ready for that.
I've asked everybody at this point today, but you as the head coach and doing all the recruiting and really helping these guys grow as young men over the last 4, 5, 6 years. This year's 2024 senior class, what have they meant to you?
Well, there's just, for me, it's the stories that are beyond the helmet, right? It's we see them come in as young men. They're mature men by the time they leave, and so this group has done a really good job of buying into everything we've asked, everything we've taught. You know, we've really challenged them this year to pick guys up when they were down, to be really intentional about having a certain guy every day that they're going to pick up. They're going to be in their corner. They're going to have their back. And I think you've seen it. You know, you think about the resilience we've shown in wins. Well, it's because every guy is working hard at doing that. They've been trained to do that through practice. And I think it's a great lesson for football. It's a great lesson for life. And so I think that's what I'm most proud about in this senior group.
Awesome. Well, Coach, thanks for coming on your time. We always appreciate it. And we're looking forward to watching the Dragons play by Bemidji State on Saturday.
Awesome. Thank you.
I'm Big Game James McCarty alongside head coach Steve Laqua of the MSU Dragon football team. Have a great rest of your day.